morning. I pray that as you and your loved ones are watching this, you are well. Our world, our country, our community, and our families have been flung into a situation that's fairly unique to our generation. Everyone in our country has been affected to some extent, but the circumstances aren't new to everyone. Pandemics like this and just even isolation are circumstances that people have faced all over the world, and some even face today. First, let me just say that isolation is not how the human race was meant to live. You and I were made for community because we were made in the image of God. And God, in his triune state, lives in community with Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. When God created Adam, he said, "It is not good for man to be alone." So he created Eve to be with him. You were designed for life with people. But I think often that we confuse real community with just rhythms of life that mean that you are around people. Being with people and getting to know them and letting yourself be known isn't the same as just being around people. Maybe it takes a shock like this one, when we're not really allowed to be around people, that we wake up and we realize how much we've missed by just settling for being with people. Please don't let this people fast go by without learning the value of the people in your life. Resolve to be more intentional about getting to know them and even allowing yourself to be known. I've had lots of time in my life over the past 15 years to learn about isolation and its effects. You see, after my husband and I were married, he got his first job in northern Michigan. Michigan is a beautiful state. The people are wonderful and we enjoy living there. But the winters are long and cold and gray. And for my California born and raised husband, and admittedly even for myself, sometimes it seemed like the weather was just closing in on us. It was kind of like being claustrophobic in life. Well, after a season in Michigan, during which our 2 kids were born, our family moved to a town that was in Togo, West Africa. Even though the heat of Africa was completely different from the cold of northern Michigan, the effects of isolation really felt the same. Our lives revolved around the hospital where Eric worked. Our house was on the same plot of land as the hospital, and there was a wall that was around all of ours. Our lives remained mostly inside of that wall for weeks, and sometimes even months at a time. My jobs were to maintain our home and to homeschool our 2 young kids. And there were times when I would go days without really leaving the vicinity of our house. So we really have struggled through the process of learning how to live in circumstances that are outside of our control. We know what it feels like to feel isolated and claustrophobic. So having already walked this road, our family is taking to this new environment of social isolation somewhat in stride. We're pulling out the old habits and the tricks that worked for us before, and we're applying them again. We've already plowed this field, and we've seen firsthand the good that can come from a season of isolation. So I feel compelled to share with you what I've learned in hopes that you too will be able to live through these unique times successfully. This is a difficult situation for all of us, but every difficult situation has on its flip side an opportunity. On the one hand, you can journey through this season of isolation and be asleep to all the opportunities for your family, for your work, and for your community that are in front of you. Or, on the other hand, you could progress through this journey and take the opportunities that isolation provides. In the movie Mr. Magorium's Wonder Emporium, Mr. Magorium tells his young apprentice, "Life is an occasion. Rise to it." What occasions are set before you in this unique season that you are ready to rise to? Follow me in the coming days, and I'm going to share with you the lessons I've learned that help me thrive in days of isolation, and I hope that they can help you too. Until tomorrow, I hope you see what God has placed in your life to bless your soul.